Some crazy conditions out there. And looking for an opportunity to surf against one of these two in Nikii Van Dijk and Caity Simmers.
Yeah, what a great win through to the semis for Sally. We've just seen that weightlifter. We've been speaking about it.
Absorb, take it in, and take a deep breath. Now, Caity Simmers. Great looking first turn. Nice and patient. I'm really excited to see what she gets up to within this heat, Jess.
Yeah, she opens up a bit more here. This is a thicker looking wall setting up through the inside section, really far down the bank, but like she's just kind of feeling out her feet. Looks a little bit tentative.
She's a crazy one coming into the conversation around the Challenger Series, as we see her with an extremely dedicated paddle on a nice wedging section. She makes the drop with ease and effortless. Connects into two-turn combination on a really challenging section.
Yeah, impressive two-turn combo. She's still going though. She might get a little bonus section towards the inside here, Shannon. Amount of water moving around out there. You can see on that takeoff.
That was wild. There was a lot of water ripping around. She's really used to these beachy conditions when there's a lot of swell and water moving around.
Yeah, look how she pushes down on the takeoff because she's being pushed back by that volume of water running back out of the bank. So she's really adapted well to the conditions. Two critical turns for her.
Getting herself back in position. Caity staying super active on the inside, goes up into the lip, now drives around the section, big foam climb. You can see that she is just super hungry. She wants to get some good weight. And I'm excited to see her in the mix. She's got the call up as one of those wildcard opportunities for these first two events. She'll be heading to Sydney next, as we see a strong paddle from her now, from Nikii Van Dijk, off the bottom into the top. Nice drift of the tail to start things off. Linking it together through to this next section, down past Little Molly into Rainbow Bay. Goes for a big foam hit. Possibly going to stick with this one to see if it has a little bit more on offer from the Championship Tour veteran, looking for that opportunity to compete with the world's best again.
Have a look at the replay. It's a nice wave choice too. She just drops straight down to the bottom and then kind of cracks that tail up through the lip. A little bit disjointed through the middle bit while she's setting up this next really frothy, foamy section. She has to kind of project out over it. Here's another angle of that DHD just releasing up there through the top of that turn. Here's the replay for Caity. Big drop in, huge critical maneuver right up, high and tight in the pocket, and plenty of spray to match the young lady. Stand out, impressive performance from her, and I think a flex of maturity, opting to sit out the Championship Tour spot this time round. I think I have a lot of time for that decision. I think that's a really good show of her.
Nikii Van Dijk with a large looking set, had a great carve to start off, wrapping back into the foam. She'll just tag that little foam ball with just so much ease and effort, gets the kick out. She's now chasing that score to take the lead away from Caity Simmers. Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable to think of the future that we could see coming from Caity Simmers up against one of the best that we've seen in the women's field in Nikii Van Dijk right now.
Yeah, here's the replay from Nikii, and a really big one as well from out the back. And you can just see the swell just building and building, and Nikii.
The Women's Boost Mobile Gold Coast Pro dropping in a 7-point ride for a beautiful arc off the back on an incredibly challenging section. Nikii Van Dijk now hoping to luck into a wave similar to that we saw from Caity Simmers. The focus of a lot of conversations around surfing for the last 6 months, but for years really, coming out of Southern California, out of that Oceanside area. The Challenger Series last year, she walked away with a win at the very first event at the US Open of Surfing. As we see Nikii Van Dijk up into the lip.
To be doing those things at 12 years old, it's a pretty unique story.
Nikii Van Dijk got a piece of the action. Two-turn combination. Caity finding herself in the pocket as well, just slicing through those couple of turns, making that crazy wobbly section look really soft and in control, when that's definitely not the case if any one of us was out there on our board right now. She's looking for that little inside to link up, finding some speed, finding some flow, and now finding the jet ski.
Have a look at this, nice little drop out, chunky little waves. See, you can see the sand churning, big critical first turn, nice slash, and then watch this thing just punch her across the line. It's almost like she had a little rocket underneath those fins there. And yeah, great serve.
In order to get one against the two-time world champion, dropped a 9-point ride. It's one of the most talked about waves in competition, as we see. Nikii Van Dijk finding the rhythm. Great combination surfing from Nikki. She's a surfer we would love to see back on the championship tour. She qualified, her rookie season was back in 2014 alongside one of her best friends in Dimity Store. 90 seconds on the clock. Caity Simmers takes off with priority ahead of Nikii Van Dijk, and in that move now, Niki's handed priority. Caity might just paddle back and sit tight to her regardless. Another year under her belt, a little bit more experience, maybe taking up that call. As we see Nikii Van Dijk with one last opportunity, uses priority on this. It's a frothy section. She had to just give it a try. She's only chasing that 6.58. She could find that score as it starts to stand up for her on the inside. Nice drive, staying smooth. Locked in on a really bumpy face, needing to maintain control here as she heads down into Rainbow Bay past the free surfers. It starts to stand up for her. She's got some scoring potential now building up. Great wrap, great control. You can see her building momentum as she comes through to the inside, getting those cars back and looking for that powerful finish. If she can really lock into an end section, she's still going. She's going to end up all the way at Greenmount by this stage. And she's going to have the longest walk back up the beach, nearly out of view of our camera. This is far and away the longest wave that we have seen at the Boost Mobile Gold Coast Pro. She finally kicks out that 7-point ride on a solid size section, really getting that critical maneuver out the back. And we'll take another look at this one as Nikki needs to get close to Caity 7 to take the advancing position.
Yeah, this is crunch time for Nikii Van Dijk, the Aussie, to overtake Caity Simmers from US of A, and kind of doesn't really start till here, this wave. Nice, big in the pocket. And then she just rides on off into the sunrise, almost still here. We're still early in the morning on the Gold Coast.
Well, scores in. It's a 5.17. It's not enough for Nikii Van Dijk. Caity Simmers into the semifinals. No surprises there.